We've been checking in with some recognizable San Diegans to find out how they are doing during the pandemic. I recently had a chance to sit down with professional skateboarder Tony Hawk. His revamped Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game demo is out now. We talked about his family, his business, and his advice for parents with energetic kids.
Tony Hawk, you're a San Diego legend. People look up to you. How have you been holding up during the quarantine?
I really can't complain too much. I'm here with my family for the most part. Our kids came home from college, obviously, and so it was a little strange because my wife and I were almost empty nesters up until 4 months ago, and then everyone came back, and that's been kind of nice because usually I travel so much for my work that I've gotten to spend time with them. So, just kind of I'm here, well, I'm home or I am at my ramp in Vista. Like I said, there's so many other, it could be so much worse. And it is so much worse for a lot of people. But I'm thankful that I get to see my family and I get to skate.
I was looking on your Instagram page. You took a big risk. You took the whole family, you piled them into an RV, and you took a trip. Did you feel more like Tony Hawk or Clark Griswold on this trip?
That is a good question. Clark Griswold when we were driving, and I suppose Tony Hawk when we stopped at skate parks. And after the second skate park visit we went to, because we didn't go there, I mean, we weren't announcing our arrival or anything, but word would spread very quickly, and suddenly it became sort of an exhibition scene, and no one was really concerned with their with their protective equipment. In terms of wearing masks or anything. So after the second skate park visit, we decided we weren't going to visit any more skate parks.
Kind of had to settle it down just a tad. Yeah, I can understand.
It was a little hectic. Yeah, it was. And the people basically demanded handshakes and hugs, like that. They were not taking no for an answer.
Wow. Yeah, that can be a little bit nerve-wracking right now. Birdhouse, the skating company, when you're entering into pandemic, I don't care what company you own, you go, I don't know how this is going to look at the end of this pandemic. But what's interesting is things like bicycles and skateboards, they're almost sold out. Has that been your experience too? And what's your reaction to that?
Yes, absolutely. That's been my experience. We, as a brand for Birdhouse, have had fairly steady sales over the last couple of years, but we kept trying to get that boost. We made a team video. We did a bunch of trips. And then when people were locked into place, they all started buying skateboards, and we are out of stock of everything. I mean, right now, I'm not kidding. These boards right here represent the last of each one of them because we just can't keep them in stock.
I mean, yeah, who would have thought? I'm kind of glad people are getting back to being outside.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's there's some silver lining in that. People who have been wanting to try it have finally got the incentive to try it. A lot of people are getting back into it because of that. And I see it across social media all day is people like, I'm learning to skate. I learned how to ollie. And that aspect of all this is cool to me. I mean, there's so many other aspects that are not, but that has been really kind of a silver lining of everything.
I would love to hear your words of hope or advice for people who are feeling down right about now. I know it can be easy, finances, relationships, or struggling. What do you want to say to San Diegans out there about trying to find the silver lining in all this?
We're going to get through it. I mean, that's, that is what we have to hold on to hope. And, we are going to get through this, but just day by day. And I know it's hard. It's, and a lot of it feels like Groundhog Day. A lot of it feels like a little bit hopeless if you're living in the middle of it. But just know that we, and I think it's amazing that we have managed to figure out how to do things now without great risk. Like it's been so long that it's kind of like people are realizing, well, we got to function. We got to figure this out. And restaurants opening up out with all the outdoor areas and other businesses too. I literally just drove by a barbershop that their whole operations in the parking lot now. And so people are adapting, but I think the takeaway is we're going to get back to normal life. It's going to happen.
I read, and my son has read several of your biographies too. You were an energetic child. hyperactive at times. I'm sure your parents at one point probably had no idea what to do with your energy. What advice do you have for parents who have a child like that, who just seems to be on the go constantly? Like, how do you foster that in a positive way as opposed to just wanting to tear your hair out all the time?
I think let them try all the things that they're interested in, and if they hopefully, like in my case, find one that really speaks to them, and they can focus all their energy on that. And that is exactly what happened when I found skating. It was not considered necessarily a positive influence for kids back then. It wasn't even something, parents didn't discourage their kids from skating altogether. But my parents saw that I found a sense of accomplishment and self-confidence and peace when I did it. And it was more like, just let him go because he's not bothering us anymore. And there's something in that where if your kids find their passion, they're gonna fall in love with it, and hopefully that's where they're going to focus all their their frenetic energy.
Good. Okay, so there's hope.
I think so, yeah. And like I said, it's definitely hard these days to figure it out. I mean, just my daughter she had just joined soccer right before this all started, and her social interactions are so rare now. So I understand how difficult it is, but I think it's also, you got to try new things, and hopefully something else will create that spark.
Tony Hawk, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. The demo's already out, and I'm proud of you for keeping San Diegans outdoors, breathing in fresh air, and trying new stuff.
Oh, thank you very much.